Hello everybody. Today is November 19th of 2023. Um, for those of you who are not aware, I have been utilizing the BrainSync Project for about close to 2 months. Let's see, I believe the 28th, it will be 2 months. And today I was able to apply, part of it. And allow me to tell you, how I applied it and why. So when I started my channel back in February of this year, I did it because one day I all of a sudden just started waking up what felt like light speed, started knowing things that other people felt there's no way I should be able to know, even myself. I mean, to be pure honest with you, at times I felt that either I have a brain tumor or something, because nobody had ever said these type of things to me or explained these type of things. I just knew them. And so as I was filming along at the beginning of my documentary, I knew that certain things I said or how I acted could be perceived as being out there, mentally ill, whatever you want to call it. And certain things I deliberately allowed myself to be judged, whether it fact that I had a chew in at times or so on and so on. And the reason why I did that, because as you start to wake up, if you have been working on gaining your consciousness, or you've been utilizing the BrainSync Project, as you start waking up, you are going to feel like your mind's blown. I mean, there will be points that you'll have such a strong wow moment that you'll dry heave. Other moments, you will feel like you are all alone in this world, because the ones who you consider to be most important to you, a lot of times will be the biggest source of negativity towards you. And as I was, gaining my consciousness, further getting the knowing, if you will, I knew that the only way I could reflect back and preserve my truths was to record it and send it out to the world. I also knew that by doing so and admitting every single bit of negativity that the illusion had taught me over the years, once I admitted it on YouTube, you can't take it back, because potentially anybody in the world who wants to know it can find it easily. I've stated many a times on my channel that if you don't lie, you don't have to remember what you're saying. And I have been telling the truth. I've been speaking from my heart ever since I began this channel. Now, today I was going back to the beginning of my channel, and I'm finally getting to the point where I have enough material. I'm starting to clean up, like the description of each video, because I knew there's deliberately, grammar errors, that things were worded weird, and so on. And the reason why I did that was because, the reason why I allowed it to stay that way was because I know that you cannot get anybody to listen to you that doesn't want to hear what you have to say. And I knew in the very beginning, everybody was judging me for every single thing I said, because the things I was talking about caused people to self-reflect. And if the brain has to self-reflect and it realizes that, oh shoot, maybe it has been kind of lying to itself, the brain will instantly shut down and go into defensive mode, unless a person's higher in their consciousness. Well, going back through and cleaning up the videos back in the beginning, it wasn't easy. You know, I'll be honest with you. I could feel the pain that I was feeling when I was doing those videos. I mean, as a tattoo artist, they say that one of the hardest things for an artist to do is to do a self-portrait. So imagine what it's like looking at 100 plus, well, actually I think I'm about 280 hours of video footage of me talking about how to gain your consciousness, how I purged all my negative, and how all I wanted to do was find the truths, become one with myself, one with my God within me. And so as I listened to the videos, it just started taking me back to a negative place I did not want to be. And now that, you know, I'm this far along in my consciousness, now that I've been utilizing tools like the BrainSync Project has, or honestly, you can find these same tools anywhere on the internet. The BrainSync Project does do a good job of bringing all the tools that it lists and bringing them together in a very productive manner, instead of spending all this time researching and finding it all separately. Well, once I got done working for about, let's see, it must have been about 5 hours on my videos, cleaning them up, turning some of them off, making them private. And if anybody out there, you know, truly wants to see the private ones, I'm fully willing to show them to you. But the reason why I turned some off is because there are some very intimate things discussed in there. And if a person doesn't do, like I said, and watch the videos in order, the brain would have a really hard time following along what the purpose of it is. Now, granted, from the very beginning of this channel, for up until about May 19th of 2023, on a regular basis, I kept, you know, posting my disclaimer saying that this was for entertainment purposes only. One, to legally protect myself from anybody saying, oh, you're giving, you know, legal advice or psychological advice or yada, yada, yada. But I also, you know, did it for another reason. Because I clearly state over and over and over again that, you know, I'm not suffering PTSD, I'm not doing drugs, yada, yada, yada. I'm doing this very specifically, and everything in my videos is for a reason. Now, I didn't have a script, didn't know exactly why, but I knew what I was doing was the right thing, and down the road, I would understand why. So, when you stop and think about it, even the videos that I've turned off, I've stated they're for entertainment purposes only, but yet people have judged me tremendously. When I did the video on conscious representation of crucifixion, every single person saw it as I committed suicide, even though I clearly state in there, I would never hurt myself, nor would I hurt anybody else. This is for entertainment purposes only, so on and so on. But yet, everybody's brain was only capable of seeing what it had been programmed to see. As we're getting close to the end of 2023, each day I'm getting more and more thankful that I have utilized the tools that are in BrainSync Project. I've gotten a ton of questions from people, you know, through email on, you know, my opinions, on my practices, on what I recommend, and so on. And I love helping with it. You know, those of you that don't know, my email is Trent Suing, TRENT SUING @gmail.com. Feel free to hit me up with any questions. But the tool that I use today from the BrainSync Project is when it gets into utilizing vibrations to heal or change your state of mind. Now, this was important because once I got done working on my channel and going through the videos and, reliving the pain that, I had felt at the times when I was doing them, I knew I have the ability to get rid of that energy virtually instantaneous. So what I did is I turned to a tool that's in BrainSync Project, and I utilized 396 hertz vibration. If you go on, say, Spotify, or you can probably find it on YouTube, and type in 396 hertz, pure sine. You don't want other music mixed with it. You don't want other tones. You want pure sine, 396 hertz. And what that does is that removes kind of emotional pain, guilt, insecurities. And it literally only took me about 30 seconds of hearing that, and I was able to virtually instantly let it go, instantaneously, if you will. So it is worth utilizing all the tools in the BrainSync project. Now, on my channel, I will continue to discuss the BrainSync project more and more in detail, and in all actuality, you could end up extrapolating the entire project through the things I'm saying and what I explain how I utilized it. So if you're not wanting to, spend the money, you can keep just watching these videos, and you will understand how to continue to gain your consciousness. That being said, I do want to explain that, hey, it's normal when you start waking up. It's normal for you to start feeling maybe you're not thinking correctly, because society or the illusion has programmed you to view it that way. When your family members start feeling that something's wrong with you, like maybe you're battling PTSD or whatever, do not see it as a negative. Please, I assure you, they're doing the best they can. They love you, they care about you, and all they're capable of doing is seeing the negative because they want to protect you. They're not able to understand exactly what's going on with you because their brain doesn't comprehend it. It's never been taught that. It's never been programmed that. And the more you're able to accept that, the more you're able to live, in essence, reality on reality's terms and not feel sorry for yourself, the more exponentially you start gaining your consciousness. And if you're battling, you're struggling, email me, or hey, watch the beginning of my channel way back when, and you'll see that, yeah, it can be really intense, and it can be really hard at times. But I assure you that if you keep working through it, and you keep, facing your fears and working through your inner battles, it is so much better on the other side. Every single one of the religious stories will confirm what I'm saying. Gaining enlightenment, gaining your spirituality, gaining your consciousness, all of them are saying the same thing. Judaism, Buddhism, so on and so on and so on. So hang in there, please, it's worth it. If you feel that you want to gain your consciousness because you have heard, oh, you can manifest anything you want, you can this and that. To a certain extent, that's true. But in order to reach your full potential, you have to reflect on every single thing around you. And one thing that is undeniable is that in our modern day societies, religious beliefs have been influencing us since basically the beginning of our existence. So if you are, say, atheist, I caution you, you're boxing yourself in. I'm not saying, what to believe, by no means. Nobody has the right to tell you what to believe. But I am telling you, you do need to research all the different approaches, because each one of the religious stories does have a valuable piece of information, and you cannot fully be conscious, if you will, without contemplating everything that's been said in there. Remember, you have heard that we're all connected. Therefore, you have to be able to try to understand other people's perception. Stories tell you that too. But I love you guys, and feel free to email me if there's any questions I can answer. Have a great day. Bye.